And what do we see here? Exactly. It's amazing how much time most cars just stand around. That's why more and more people are finding they don't even need a car of their own. Like Frank. Because it's environmentally friendly, practical, and economical, he uses car sharing. Frank is going to show us in this film how car sharing works. Okay, let's get started. Frank is a customer with a car sharing provider. To get a car, he has to book it. That's clear. He can do that easily on the internet. Depending on what he plans to do, he can book a small car, an estate car, a van. Frank likes the feeling of having so many cars to choose from. In the internet, and he finds this impressive every time, Frank can choose which station he'd like to pick his car up from. As you can see, there are stations all over the city. The online booking is fast and simple. Frank finds the whole thing amazing. But what happens if Frank doesn't have access to his computer? No problem for Frank. He can also book by phone.
Cambier Service Antoni, guten Tag. Ja?
Morgen Mittag bitte am Bahnhof.
Just a couple of steps from Frank's house is the nearest car sharing station. The cars are there just waiting to be picked up. And picking up his reserved car is really, really easy. Every station has a key locker and, as you might guess from the name, there are keys in it. Frank holds his customer card in front of the display and simply enters his PIN number. The door opens, and very soon he's holding the key to mobility in his hand with a car-sharing car. Yup, and then, as you would imagine, Frank can just drive away. Frank's options are wide open. He could, for example, drive out to the country to visit his favorite aunt. She lives in the middle of nowhere. Frank could also do a big weekend shop with his car-sharing car. Or he could pick up his niece. She sprained her foot while mowing the lawn. A funny story, really, but it's a little off topic here. Anyway, you probably know what people use cars for. But what's more important is, whatever Frank does, he's totally relaxed on the way. No wonder. He doesn't have to worry about anything. Tanking up, for example. Car-sharing cars have a special card for that. Tanking up is cashless and simple, and he doesn't have to do it very often. Customers only have to fill up the tank if it gets below a quarter. Frank, we're seeing that right now, definitely doesn't need to tank up. By the way, it's usually like that when he uses a car-sharing car. The carefreeness continues when Frank takes the car back to the station. Looking for a parking spot, for example, is something Frank doesn't need to think about. A car-sharing car always has a reserved spot. Putting the key back is just as easy as picking it up was. Hold the card up to display, enter PIN, open key locker, key in, close door, done. And one more thing. While Frank is on his way home, the car-sharing operator is taking care of everything. Cleaning, maintenance, repairs. Frank has nothing to do with any of that. And just like with the petrol, all of those costs are built into the price. Once a month, Frank gets a bill. That's not so bad, really. Quite the contrary, in fact. Frank pays less than he used to for his own car when he had one. He only pays for the car-sharing car when he uses it. All of his journeys are itemized on his bill, and the total is a pleasant surprise every time. And paying is a simple matter of a quick transfer from his bank account. And now we've explained it. Thank you, Frank. That's how car-sharing works. But about Frank, there's something we need to confess. He's just an actor. In films like this one, everything is staged. But it might interest you to know that right after shooting the film, Frank went out and became a real car-sharing customer. That Frank, he's a clever fellow.